What is going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown, episode 336. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I am joined by Emilio Lopez.
What's up, people? How's it going?
Chris Seeley.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Carlos Romero.
Yo, yo, yo.
Brett Murdoch.
What's up?
And Brian Majoma.
Uncharted 4, an exclusives end.
Yes, oh my God, that's another one I need to toss into the show notes. But by the way, people, this week probably gonna be only on for like 40 minutes. Not a lot happened.
Actually, let's just start with the games we've been playing.
Yeah, let's just do that because nothing happened this week. You know, we could all go home now and shit. But in all seriousness, this week was so crazy. This is like a prehistoric episode of Throwdown where we used to have like 50 stories in a night because, like everything decided to happen this week. And then we realized what it is. Oh, E3's coming, So not only E3, but the Summer Game Fest. So obviously companies, as they usually do, they want to get ahead of this shit and just bring out all the announcements. So we got a lot to cover tonight. So if we're here for 3 hours, I would say apologies, but no, you guys like those long ass fucking shows, But we always try to keep them short for our case because we need the energy. We can't be here like, yeah, Microsoft,
So back in the day, some of the shows did get that way.
They did, yeah.
When we got to the question section of the older shows, man, woof.
Motherfuckers were tired. That's why we split them up. Had to. All right. By the way, I was secretly vamping right there. It's not a secret anymore. But now,
you're not supposed to tell them you're vamping.
Yeah, I tell them. I'm one of those guys. I don't like the magic trick. I like knowing how the magic trick is done. I find that more appealing. So I'll let the people know. Let's start with the main story of the night. Horizon Forbidden West State of Play. Man, so this was announced by the way, Tuesday was the day where everything got fucking announced. Actually, it was the announcement of announcements. Like, hey guys, we're gonna have stuff for you on Thursday. So, Horizon Forbidden West, we got to see 15 minutes of gameplay, and it was fucking crazy. I heard Carlos screaming all the way from Texas, up here in New York.
That shit was crazy, man.
That shit was nuts, man. So we got to see Aloy on a beach. She's like running away from raptors. The rival tribe guys are like controlling the raptors somehow. There's a big fucking mammoth, crazy fucking shit, So Carlos, man, what did you think?
Oh man, this game, man. I was excited for it, and it somehow surpassed my expectations.
Yeah.
I didn't think that would be possible. Because, a lot of us here, me and Tony, and I think Chris in particular, are pretty big fans of the original game.
Yes.
I saw the game, and here's the thing that I hate about these live streams. I don't know why they can't make them premieres in 4K. I don't know if there's something against YouTube rules for that. But, man, even the 1080p quality stream, it looked amazing, man. Yeah. Everything about that game looked like it improved. The foliage, the surrounding areas of water, Aloy's animation and movement, her hair,
crazy.
Everything looked freaking crazy. It's like everything just went through like a retool. And man, there was this one scene with Elephant Oliphant. I don't know what the hell that thing is.
Yeah.
When that thing got loose and it rammed into some boulders that she was running across. I'm like, yo, I screamed the loudest during that part, man. That part was freaking nuts. Man, great demo. I wasn't expecting as long of a gameplay. At first, I thought I heard 40 minutes.
No, chill.
Maybe it's. I'm like, what? This is the first time you're showing it, and you're blowing out like the whole freaking game, pretty much, or something. I don't know, but I guess it turned out to be maybe 14 minutes. And I like the presentation too. The guy's just like, yeah, this is Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West, and I'm not gonna waste more time. We're just gonna go back.
Yeah, they got right into the shit. You know what I liked about it? I like how they showed you, even within that same area, you got to see 3 different environments. Like you saw the jungle, right? You saw the beach, and then you saw the underwater shit. Bruh. It was too, like, if you saw my Twitter feed, I was losing my fucking mind, man. I was just posting gifs of me fainting and shit. Like it was crazy. And yeah, the part I liked the most was, and it was funny. It was at the very end because they showed the demonstration, and then the guys came back just to explain to you what happened. And then they had this one shot that wasn't in the presentation where Aloy does this crazy move where she like puts something in her like a bow and arrow, spins around and like shoots at the guy. I'm like, fuck. This is crazy right now, you know? So, yeah, definitely good stuff. And I agree with you. It was better than I expected. Like, I thought it was going to be good, but I was like, this is nuts right now. And it was only on PS5. Obviously, running at fidelity mode, because that shit was not 60 frames a second, you know? But I expect they're probably going to do some performance RT or some shit. But, yeah, it looks crazy. You know, I'm already like, yo, this is already a contender for Game of the Year. But it's an easy one, because, like, the first one was fucking Game of the Year for me, you know? That's an easy one. Chris, what do you think as the other Horizon fan around here?
Well, I was pretty impressed. It looked nice. I liked the world is always very colorful, and I did enjoy a couple of things, like when she was fighting the guy, like when she snuck in the village, she killed the first, I don't know, soldier, and then the other guy comes out of the hut and starts fighting her, and he picks her up, and it goes into like this bullet time where he throws her. And then, like you said, she attaches something to her bow and she spun around. I did like that because I did like that God of War did that. You know, when Kratos prepares a move and it goes into like slow motion and he hits somebody, but this was like better. It was more cinematic the way she did it. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the dinosaur riding his back. I saw her climb on that thing. She hacked it. She climbed on it. And then it gets killed by the mammoth. And I liked... they showed the variety of weapons she had. So she had like a glue gun, and she shot it and bound up its legs so she could attack it. I was like, oh, okay, that's very clever. She had the spear that had the explosives. I did like I saw that physics in action. That guy went spinning in the air like a rag doll as I was laughing during that. But yeah, I was very impressed. I'm kind of hoping we get more lore in this one. Because I like it. The guy gave her the disc, and she looked at it, and you see the globe. You finally see the Earth, like you can see a map of the world and where they are. Well, it was pretty obvious. She sees the remains of the Golden Gate Bridge, so you know they're in San Francisco. But it seems like there was other dots going towards like Florida or something. So I don't know if she's traveled from there, or she's going in that direction. It's Forbidden West, so I would assume she.
Yeah, she's in the West, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. We got to talk about that hand gliding shit that Carlos is showing right now. Like,
yeah. This part, I was like,
yeah. There was she was also, she had a grappling hook. So she took lessons from Batman. She was just like grappling around, and then she pulls out that energy glider. That was pretty neat. Yeah, I like that.
Tony, would you say that she's in the Wild Wild West?
Yes. The good Wild Wild West. You know, Brian, since you're talking, what did you think, man?
Oh boy, it's that time again, people. If you don't like hearing slander, then turn off for like the next five minutes or so.
Brian's about to hate.
Slander.
I thought it was just okay. Like, I didn't see anything overly special about it. Again, usually when people show off like a sequel, I expect some level of improvements. So hence, unless it's like radically different, then it's kind of like, okay, it's what I expected to see. You know? So I expected things to look better, expected more greenery, more color, and all sorts. Yeah, that's great. One of the things I wasn't a fan of was how her hair just seems to have like this weird sheen to it, as if it's like a permanent light on it.
Yeah, well,
Manny, did you notice that?
Well, no, it's something that's actually from all of the games. For some reason, she's always backlit. And I think they do that so that she reads against her. She has a sharp edge against all the environment. She always has a backlight behind her, essentially, while popping her away from the environment. You can even see it in all the art, and even in the previous game, she always has this sort of weird extra halo thing going on.
Yeah, I just found that to be just weird, and just was like, I can understand. Okay, she's in the sunlight. It makes sense. But then when she's in the shadow, it's like, how is she also like?
It's always there. It's something that's even from the previous game too. It's it's an artificial lighting setup, and that's always been my issue with the Horizon games. They look really nice, but they're also very artificial looking when it comes to her. When it comes to certain things, because they always backlight them and they always do these things. Sometimes the light, obviously, the lighting doesn't match up sometimes. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was like the first thing that just drew my eye.
I thought the thing that you were talking about her hair, or her hair was essentially going all over her shoulder.
So yeah, again, small things, fair enough. The other thing that I can stand is when she got on the Raptor, it took up way too much of the screen. It's like 1/5 of the screen, or like 1/4 of the screen was just like her and the Raptor, and you couldn't see where the Raptor's feet were, which means that there's like no chance that there'll be any type of mounting platforming going on, like Yoshi style, which is fine. Again, I'm not complaining that it's not there. All I'm saying is that if you're going to do a camera that close, where you can't see the feet, chances are you won't be platforming, because platforming while not seeing the feet is stupid. This is why first-person game platformings don't really exist, because it's hard to see your feet.
Yeah, I get the impression she'll be platforming because they gave her that grappling hook. So by herself, she'll be grappling all over the place.
And that was the other thing. It's like, oh, cool, grappling hook. Someone's been playing a lot of Just Cause, because I'm like, even the animation of like when she lands looks very similar to Just Cause, with like how Rico like turns his feet slightly and grapples on with like the same arm. So I'm like, this feels very Just Cause. And then I've seen the glider thing, and I'm like, oh, great. Someone's been playing a lot of Zelda. So once again, this game's just like, hey, we'll just take things from other games and put them together. So yeah, I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm not too surprised. It's what I expected. Again, nothing bad in there. Just kind of okay. I'm mild-mannered or mild-tempered.
Yeah.
I am eager, because at the end it did say PlayStation exclusive. How long?
Yeah, probably 3 years, right? Just like the first game.
How long? It's like, like, I guess they should put a asterisk saying for now, because, yeah. And also the fact that there's no date as well. But
yeah, that was annoying. I was like, come on, bruh. Come on, Somebody asked me, because I said this is going to be Game of the Year. I was like, what year? And I wrote 2020X. Manny, what'd you think?
I mean, I really don't have very much interest in Horizon. I mean, it's a very nice looking game, but I've never really cared that much for it. I mean, there's some really interesting things going on, as far as the water and all that other stuff. It definitely looks like an improvement over the previous one. Because she can actually swim now.
Yeah, you can swim.
Sure. So, but yeah,
she has a rebreather too, so like you won't be running out of water.
Yeah, that was a little bit
out of air. Yeah,
that was a little confusing before they actually explained it, because I'm like, how is she talking to herself underneath the water?
Yeah,
I'm like, I guess she's talking in her head. How come she, like that wasn't too clear, because obviously, with something that you probably get previously, and then now you can jump into water and do that. But well, for a second I'm like, damn, she's holding her breath for a long time and she's talking to herself somehow. I'm like, is she talking to her brain, or
yeah? That's what I thought. Yeah, because you're right. They didn't explain it. I just thought she was just thinking to herself.
Yeah.
Well, they explained it later, because I felt
later,
the exact
later,
same
yeah.
you guys did.
Yeah.
They said some mouth breathing stuff.
Yeah.
But they did show her with her rebreather in the previous trailer too. I mean, that one shot was.
We probably should have put two and two together.
But for some reason I just didn't remember.
Yeah, same here.
And then there was the set piece, where she couldn't kill any of the enemies. So she had to run in that one specific direction and do all the little jumpy things to all the hoops. I that's my only like it's funny, like when you definitely see when those set pieces come along and everything's immortal and you can't defeat them.
Yeah.
So I found out a little. I just was like, it was just kind of like seeing the rope-a-dope. I was like, oh come on, you got to make all the monsters immortal so that they push her in the direction to do the set piece of jumping over the thing and then jumping in the water.
Yeah, kind of like Ghost of Tsushima, the first quote-unquote boss fight. You can't actually beat that guy. Even if you actually beat him in game-wise, he'll still beat you cinematically. You know?
Yeah, you can never win against that guy. Like I've seen people who've like just gotten so amazing at the parry, who literally got his energy down. He can't beat him.
Yeah, yeah. No, that happens.
By the way,
yeah, that you could always see that in the game. It's like you're like, how the fuck am I supposed to beat this thing? Oh, I'm supposed to die. Go ahead. Yeah.
I just want to mention that after the stream, Tony sent a link out for the 4K, and I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna watch it on my PC. I'm putting that on my TV. Man, it looked amazing, man. And I'm like, imagine if this was just a PS5 exclusive.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna get to that in a bit. But think about it, Carlos. Even that 4K video, right? Dope as it looks, the game's still gonna look better because it's still compressed and all that other shit.
Yeah, YouTube videos are still compressed. Yeah,
you know. Brett, you didn't get to see it, did you?
I saw a little bit of it. Kind of with Manny on it. I didn't really care about the first one, so.
Yeah, and Adam didn't care about the first one either because he's a dinosaur rights activist. You know.
Damn right. They don't need to be hunting and killing them. Yeah, they have a hard enough time as it is.
You know. Yeah, they're going extinct and shit. Adam, how you doing, brother? Man, good to see you on the show. You know.
It's good. Good. Just doing some work over at the Coalition. Go check it out. We got a lot of stuff being posted tomorrow. A whole bunch of shit.
Yo, man, I hope you're getting paid overtime.
Yeah,
a little bit, just a little bit,
just a little bit. So, Adam, like I said this before the show, get ready because tonight we have like 15 stories to cover. This week was crazy,
shit.
You know.
A lot of stuff happened this week. But the one thing that I did ignore was the Horizon. Even Rich, he was like, "Oh, I know you don't like it," and I just deleted that message.
You blocked them.
I'm like, where's that thumb down button? What the bullshit? You know, it just didn't do it for me. Visually, it was a pretty game. I enjoyed a little bit of it, and then I'm like, Robo Dinosaurs. I watched that Transformers show before. No thanks. I don't need this.
All right. Also, we gotta bring up the Robo elephant in the room. The fact that this game is on PS4. You know, because I'm watching this and I'm like, how the fuck is PlayStation we're gonna run this shit? You know?
Yeah.
So here's my conspiracy theory. This is not real. I'm just having fun right now. You got to state these things on the internet now. You know? This is what I think is happening.
I'm giving you the tinfoil hat.
Yeah. So what I think is happening is that Sony wants players to migrate to PlayStation 5, right? Because they're going to have a lot of PlayStation 5s available this fall, right? So what they want to do is they want to put this game on PS4 to destroy PS4s, so people have to buy a PS5. You know, like because this game when you put it in your PS4, it's gonna be so powerful. You're gonna hear that vacuum, you know, and then it'll just blow up. So I think that's what's happening. You know, that's why it's on PS4. You know?
I always put the big updates and it slows down your phone and it's like, oh, guess you need it.
That's it. It's gonna be like that. It's like, hey, buy it on PS4, and then all of a sudden your shit dies. Oh, damn, I got a PS5. Oh, they just so happen to have an extra shipment of PS5s at Best Buy because all the stores are open now. You know, conspiracy theory over. Anyway, Chris, what were you gonna say?
No, you're gonna have them Dollar Tree load times, man. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna be sitting there for 5 minutes waiting for the stage to load. Like, fuck it, I'm out of PS5.
Yo, man, this shit is bullshit.
There's bullshit.
Yo, I'm sending this game back to the store. Fuck this shit.
You know. But do you think we need to be worried, or at least think about the fact that how much better could this game have been if it was just an exclusive on PS5?
Yeah. Because I thought, so when I first started watching the trailer, one of the things that I was expecting was, because, you know, whenever they have a new feature, it's always the gimmick, you know, like the whole controller thing, like, oh, we're going to make the shooting triggers and stuff and the feeling. Well, what I thought they were going to show something with the load times. I was going to be like, oh, so that's where the load times are going to be like all fast and shit. You're going to transport to one place, sort of like the Ratchet and Clank stuff. So I was surprised I didn't see that, but I guess if it's backwards compatible, it's kind of hard to do that.
Yeah. Yo, hold on, I gotta read this comment real quick. This shit is hilarious. This is from Video Games X Life. He goes, the PS4s are gonna melt down like your timeline whenever you mention Game Pass. Yo, my God, I'm gonna tweet out Game Pass eventually. You guys should just see the chaos that happens. Literally, all I have to say is Xbox Game Pass. 3 words. Motherfuckers go crazy. You know. But yeah, I don't know how PS4. And think about it like this, right? It has to run on the regular ass PS4. Like, because my mind was like, oh yeah, PS4 Pro, damn, it's gonna be hard. No, it's also got to run on the other one, the Dollar Tree one. So I don't know. Maybe her Alo's hair won't be bouncing around in that one. I don't know. But
I would think that there's got to be a config file or something that detects the hardware that it's running on and says, all right, we're gonna dumb it down. Just so we can get
25 minutes and 44 seconds.
Yeah, Carlos, what is it? Dial it down, right? Just like you could dial it up with the graphics, dial it down. Is that how this shit works?
Here's the thing: Miles Morales ran on the previous generation too. So
Yeah,
I mean, all you need to do is just turn off a lot of the stuff that's going to be in there. You don't have the game running at a crazy high resolution. Use a temporal reconstruction. All the usual tricks, right? So maybe the Pro version is probably not going to be running at 1080p. It'll be upscaled from that, just to try to keep the performance.
Yeah, I'm pretty
up.
sure. I don't even know if there's if the game's going to be able to run at 1080p even on the base one.
And then the other thing is that the game is also not running in 60 frames per second either.
Yeah, it's going to be 30 frames.
30 FPS game. So again, they're probably going to lock it on the previous generation. It's going to be like that.
Couple less robot raptors.
I mean, to be honest, it's not like they flooded the screen with raptors.
Now it's going to be like just two of them. Less fish.
Do you guys think there's going to be a performance mode?
Oh yeah, I think there's going to be a performance mode that's going to be like 1440p, right? 60 FPS. I don't know if this game's going to have ray tracing though. Like, do you really need ray tracing for a game like this?
Well, I mean, for the water stuff, but they could just be using another sort of solution. I noticed that a lot of companies are not taking advantage of the ray tracing abilities of the consoles. Like Resident Evil's not using it, and a bunch of other games aren't really using it either. Or they're using different levels of it. Only Spider-Man is the one that's probably done the most with the ray tracing abilities, where they've actually had the reflections and a bunch of the other lighting stuff. I mean, Spider-Man also added some crazy muscle shit too. Miles Morales, like they added this weird muscle deformation stuff calculations on the characters too.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, and then the other thing, I'm gonna make a prediction.
You predicting
and
shit?
If anybody,
is this the bet?
Wait,
is this the
yeah,
bet?
this is also the bet.
Wait, you already made a prediction.
No, I'm gonna make another one. That was indeed prediction.
That was a conspiracy theory.
That was a conspiracy theory. That was a conspiracy theory. Okay. That's fake. This is real. I honestly believe this is going to be the case. I think for Horizon Forbidden West, and yes, I am aware of the fact that there are more PlayStation 4s in the wild, but I think this game's going to sell more on PS5.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a given.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like,
Miles Morales is still better.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm saying that. I'm like, Miles Morales. Think about it. When Miles Morales came out, how many PlayStation 5s were on there? Like 2 million. Sold better on PS5.
I think people need something on a PS5 to play.
There we go.
Justify the purchase.
Yeah. So I think it's an easy. I'm like, I don't even think anybody's going to take a bet with me because I'm pretty sure you guys agree. It's like this thing's going to sell more. And if this does sell more, which I think it will, I think it'll be like a proof in the pudding that's like, stop putting games on PS4. This is unnecessary now. This is it's unnecessary at the moment as far as I'm concerned. But I think that'll be like the final push will be like, Sony, stop this shit. Just PS5 games. People don't want to play on PS4 anymore. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. By the way, like Brian said, no release date, kind of annoying. So hopefully we'll get something later on this summer. Because it would suck if this they show you this shit and the game comes out in 2022. It's like, come on, bro. Can't be having that. All right, so there's that story. First of many for tonight again, people. The next one is that we're going to be getting an Xbox showcase during E3 at June 13th, but it won't just be Xbox. It's actually a joint event between Xbox and Bethesda. You already know what time it is, man. You already know what time it is. And I have another prediction for you guys, but I'll get your thoughts first. Brett.
Hey, Carlos, how you feel about that bet last week?
Oh, excuse me. What's going on? What bet?
Wait, the one that I'm going to win, or which one?
Yeah, the collector's edition you're buying me.
Oh, shit.
Wait, so we didn't bet whether Bethesda and Xbox were going to have a conference together.
Oh, no. We were going to that they were going to get Starfield out this year. This is the first step one. You
Oh,
they're
I
gonna
mean-
announce it.
I mean, if
they're going to try and get it out by holiday season.
I mean, it could be the announcement of my Doom. It could also be the announcement of your Doom. It go either way. It's a 50-50 split.
Or it could be a mic drop moment, but like, guess what? It's gonna be out tomorrow. Get it? Not happening, but you never know. Remember, Bethesda did that with 2 games a few years ago. Remember, it was like, oh yeah, it's out now or tomorrow.
I think they did
Fallout 4
that
and Fallout
Doom.
Shelter.
Yeah, it was Shelter. Shelter did it. Yeah, they did that with Shelter.
Yeah, I mean, who's surprised that they're doing this? I mean, like, it's not like this was a given.
Position. We knew they were going to do it.
And obviously, it's smart to make it an Xbox and Bethesda conference, especially since everything's so fresh, and people can associate Bethesda with Microsoft that are not part of the know. So I think this is a smart name to give this conference.
And it's just like when you see like that new celebrity couple where they're holding hands and you're like, oh look, they're together. This is telling the masses like this is happening. We know about this, but this is going to be all over. You know, all these other big outlets cover this. A lot of casual outlets will cover this, and those that are just casual gamers are like, oh yeah, the Doom guys. Oh wow, look, oh Microsoft bought them. Oh boy, you know, it's going to be that type of thing. So.
Oh man, oops.
What's going to be the couple name then?
Yeah.
Couple name, right? What should we do? Couple name.
What was that, Brad?
Bethesda box.
Bethesda
box. I like the
Man,
Bethesda box.
That sounds like a sex toy. Like, yo, you got that
Xbox sounds like a sex toy.
Yeah,
you know?
That
That shit already sound like a sex toy, so you're already beyond that.
Mommy, go get.
Yeah. Obviously, we don't know
what
what
he sold that.
Yeah. My prediction is Starfield is going to be revealed, like not announced, revealed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to announce it's an Xbox exclusive
And Switch.
And I'm telling you right now, and I'm telling you right now, I'm going to do what I because one of my favorite things to do on Twitter is just tweet out 1 or 2 words and just see the chaos explode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that link, right, whatever website it's on, probably Xbox Wire, take that, post it. I'm going to say just 1 word, exclusive. Watch the comments. Watch the comments. That's all. Literally the other day, I just tweeted out Starfield. Motherfuckers went crazy.
Starfield with Master Chief.
You know, so I can't wait.
And I think it's going to be, I think we all agree, it's a foregone conclusion. Starfield is going to be at the show. I mean, even I think Jason Schreier said this. So, yeah, that's something I think we can all, look forward to for this conference.
Yeah.
But whether we get a date is something else. Whether we get a date for this year is something else. So we'll see, Brett. We'll figure it out pretty soon.
Oh, wait, what was the bet? Hold on, what was the bet again? Because I think Starfield's coming next year.
If it comes out this year, Brett wins. So if it comes out December 31st at 11:59, Brett wins.
When I made the bet, I was convinced I was going to lose. Now I'm feeling a little bit stronger about it.
You never know, Brett.
Oh, so hold on, Brett. Hold on, Brett. So you honestly believe Microsoft is going to release Halo and Starfield in the same year?
No, I just said I'm probably going to lose,
okay.
I have a much better feeling about it now. Rooting for the underdog. I'm like, come on, Starfield. Like, I feel like in their lineup, yes, Bethesda would want to do that. I understand Microsoft would want to put out Xbox, but let's be honest. The narrative here is that Microsoft has no games. They're not going to solve that by putting out one big game. They're just not. They need a 1, 2, possibly 3 punch. If they get, the hat trick of games that and care about coming out this holiday season, suddenly the narrative has changed. And I think that they're going to try and do more than just land on Halo. So it's a long bet. I'll agree with that. It is not the most likely scenario, but it's becoming more likely, and I can see it happening.
The thing is, yeah, you said it's like betting. No, but the thing is, Brett, think about it like this though. Even if they just say Starfield is coming out in spring and Halo is coming this fall, that alone already kills the narrative that Xbox has no games.
No, it doesn't, because you don't have a lot to buy for your Xbox this holiday season.
No, but it's something to look forward to. Right now, nobody has anything to look forward to but Halo.
No, but Bethesda had a
Wait, hold on. Brett first, and then you, Adam. Go ahead, Brett.
I don't think Microsoft is doing things to look forward to. I think they're being hush-hush till they can put shit in your hands.
Okay, fair enough. Adam, go ahead.
They want to change the narrative. They don't want to change like, oh, all these games are coming out. They want, boom, these games are out. You like games? Bitch, we got games. So, they've been, really silent if they're trying to give us things to look forward to.
I guess we'll see. I just don't see those games both coming out this year, but I don't know.
So you think that they're not? You think Microsoft will not release any other games for their holiday season because they don't want anything to compete with Halo?
Well, that's what I'm getting into. I'm sure they have plenty of games that they're working on.
Are we getting a new Forza? Because I could see that happening. Because the thing is
on that end.
Yeah, because the thing is, I think there's a lot of overlap between Halo players and like potential Starfield players, big sci-fi games. That's what if it was Elder Scrolls, maybe, but I don't know, man.
But with all the studios that were under Bethesda prior to this, I'm sure they had a bunch of games in development. Yeah. So we're just going to hear about those dates.
Well, here's what I think. I think they're going to lead off the show with Elder Scrolls, and that the other one begins with an A.
Avowed.
Was it Avowed?
Avowed.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, they're gonna lead off with other stuff. Maybe they'll have some fault. I think they're gonna end that thing with Starfield. They're gonna show something.
Oh shit!
And then
Chris, hold on. Either they're gonna hold on. I'm fucked up because I was gonna say they can either begin or start. I agree with you. It's gonna be on one of those ends.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
So I gotta ask Chris. Yeah. You know that they announced that they're not releasing any news about Fallout or Elder Scrolls until after Starfield's been released, right? Like they've stated that blankly.
I don't believe them.
Yeah, I just wanted to say this.
I've worked with marketing people for years.
I don't
believe anything they say.
I was just making sure you were aware of the circumstance, and I figured you might stand behind that comment. I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that you knew that when making that statement.
Yeah. No, listen. Like, I work with enough. They'll say anything to kind of guide conversation, but they will change. If the wind changes direction, they'll change direction. So Microsoft needs titles, so they'll talk about whatever they need to push the hype train up. So I don't believe them. They'll drop hints about anything. They probably have Doom Infinite in the works. They'll talk about that. They'll talk about anything. So there's not everything is on the table in terms of this showcase and in terms of promoting Xbox. Everything is on the table. But what I think is they'll either, like Tony said, you either start the hype train with Starfield right at the front of the show, or you end the show with we got one more thing, right? Always the one more thing, and then it's Starfield, right? And then they're gonna say spring 2022.
Chris,
that's my prediction.
Now you know what? I'm just gonna go with your original one, because think about it like this: if they show Halo at the end, people will be like, "That's cool," but we already seen Halo, right? It'll make more of an impact if you start the show with Halo, right? And it looks fucking fantastic, right? And then at the end,
they even show Craig, and he's in 4K.
Craig looks great. He's smiling. He's being emotive and shit. And then the show's over, right? Thank you for being here. Have a great, wonderful day. And we got one more thing. Then Starfield comes out. Motherfuckers go crazy. You see gameplay, and at the end, coming spring 2022, exclusive on Xbox. Motherfuckers will go wild, man. And you know what? You know where else you can hear people go wild? During our live stream of our reactions to this shit, because we're gonna do it.
We reacting.
We are reacting. I want to hear Carlos scream. So Chris, I'm with you, man. Halo in the beginning, and then Starfield at the end. But they're gonna tease it like they finish a show. It's like, yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I've been Phil Spencer, your your humble Xbox host. See you next year. Oh wait, hold on. And then Keanu Reeves shows up.
Dude.
No, who's the big celebrity that's going to be at E3 this year? It's another guy that Xbox is supposed to have. Totally blanking on it, but yeah, I think it's going to be crazy. So stay tuned for that Xbox conference. It's going to be Sunday at 10 p.m. Pacific, so that's 1 p.m. for us. So get ready. All right, moving on. Next story. This one is it's related to E3. So the Nintendo Switch Pro reveal is happening before E3.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
This is coming from Bloomberg.
Now they're saying Pro.
The Pro, yes.
Pro.
Bloomberg.
Pro.
So not only this is Forbes, Bloomberg, and Eurogamer are saying, "Yep, So this isn't just some asshole on Twitter talking shit.
And see, Brett, this is what I talk about marketing, especially with Nintendo, right? Like what I always tell you, they always lie about this stuff. They'll always say this isn't in the works, or we have no plans, or there's no bullshit. Bullshit. Like if there's a rumor about it, like you could take it with like a rock of salt with them.
It makes sense. They don't want to hurt sales, because as soon as that gets out and it's confirmed, people are like, I'm not buying a Switch now. I'll just wait. They just announced it, so yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, but they'll deny it till the day before, like the next day, like, oh shit, here it is.
Here it is. Oh, we didn't know. I didn't know. I don't work.
What the boat just pulled in last night? Oh shit, I didn't know.
It's like it's all new shit. I didn't know anything. I just work in the mailroom. What the hell?
So check this out. This is interesting right here. And this is from Forbes, right? I believe it's Paul Tassi wrote this. So he goes, they also say that Nintendo will announce the Switch Pro before E3 in mid-June in order to give third-party developers the freedom to announce their projects that are coming to the console and to allow Nintendo to focus on its first-party offerings during E3 itself. Eurogamer subsequently confirmed that part. So interesting.
Wait a minute.
And the pricing. They're saying it's going to be less than $400.
Yeah, Chris, what's up? What made your spider sense go off right now?
Well, this is what I was concerned with. Like, they're talking about developers announcing projects for the console. Are they going to be exclusive to this system? Like, will they only run? Remember that I had this concern before.
Yeah.
Will there be stuff that only runs on the Pro?
That's right. Not on the Switch, just the Pro. Remember,
yeah.
Nintendo has done that shit.
I got it. This is how it's gonna work. They're gonna say that it will run native on your Switch Pro, but if you have the regular Switch, you're gonna have to do that remote shit that they do with some of the games. How you could play the high end games, but it's working in the
streaming
cloud.
shit.
On the streaming shit. That's going to be the whole thing. It's going to be like, oh, you can play it native on here if you get the Pro. But then again, if you get to that point, you're going to have to come up with some decent file size for the micro SD card.
Yeah, but what's bullshit is they don't have system transfer on these things. Right? They don't have system transfer on the Switch.
No, they don't.
You're going to have to re-download everything.
No, but your saves, all your stuff, like you lose that.
You can do the saves. The save file still
This
works.
is Nintendo, dude.
Nintendo, yeah, no, they had some updates for the save files, but the games itself, I'm pretty sure you're going to have to just re-download it. But the save files work, because that was an issue for a long time. There's no cloud system.
I was going to say, they don't have a cloud system. So.
No, but
you take the memory card out, shove it in, and then transfer those save files.
Talk dirty to me.
Yeah.
All right. I thought all the saves were signed to the console. They were doing the stupid shit where it's not saved, where it's not signed to your ID, like your Nintendo ID. It's signed to the console.
Yeah, they switched that up when they released that skinny one. When they did the smaller one, because that was the issue. People were like, well, I have a primary and then I got the secondary. Now what? I can't play my
Yo, by the way, real quick, Video Games X Life says you can move saves now.
That's okay, good. Because you never used to be able to. So I didn't know they updated.
It was when they released their new model, because that was the thing people were bitching about. It's like, why am I going to get this secondary console if I have to start over on all this shit? No one wants to do that.
Yeah. All right, but I'm a little concerned with that sentence though. With we're going to announce what developers have coming for the console. They don't mean all the systems. They're talking Switch Pro.
Yeah.
They know. Come on now. They know. People know that.
Because you're right.
No. People are going to be pissed. Like, watch.
People don't know that. No, but think about it. No, Chris is 100% right about this. Like, if they had an announcement just for all Switches, they wouldn't have to wait. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's suspect as fuck.
When I got all hyped for that 3DS XL, remember with the new, there was only like 3 games that ever came out exclusive for it. That was whack. I was expecting all kinds of things, and it was just Xenoblade and
Xenoblade's one of them. Yeah,
and 2 other bullshits, and that's it. And then it was done. I was like, that was a waste. I didn't need this shit. But I don't think that's going to be the case with the Switch Pro.
Yeah. So we'll see before E3. So we got 2 weeks or something. So.
My E3?
Now, here's the question. You think they're going to have pre-orders go live when they announce it?
Who knows? When Nintendo, I don't make any predictions, man.
That would be the smart move right there.
But this is Nintendo. This is Nintendo we're talking about, man. Nintendo never does anything that makes sense, you know? So I'm not making any predictions. It just works
out. You know?
It just works out somehow.
Is that Nintendo store still open in Rockefeller? Center? Is it
Um,
still there?
It's still there.
I think so.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
should,
I
don't
went
think-
there
yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah, but that was 2 years ago. I'm talking about during the
that was 2 years
Rona,
ago.
like,
Shit, yeah.
like,
Yeah,
No, it's still there.
It's still
Alright.
there.
yeah. All right. Moving on to the next story. All right. Related to my handhelds. So Valve is making its own Switch-like portable gaming PC.
A
Uh-oh.
bunch of those out there, man.
It's
You see
not a
this getting
Steam
hot.
box.
I sent you a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
did. You
They're
did. That's right.
not. They're not cheap though. They're like $800-900.
Yeah.
So
My
they
thing
said
is
the
like,
Steam PC.
didn't Valve try this before with the Steam box, and that didn't exactly go over very well. Are they
Now,
gonna have?
are they-
Are they gonna
are
have
they
like 5 billion
actually-
fucking companies do these things? You know?
Oh yeah, are they actually manufacturing these things, or are they leaving it to some other dumbass company or a bunch
Yeah,
of?
don't do it like the Steam box. Like,
Yeah, that was a disaster. It's called apparently it's called the Steam Pal.
Well, yeah, that's what they said in the code, that it said something
it's
about
in
a
the
new
code,
device,
yeah.
Steam Pal. Yeah, but who knows? Yeah, I'm hoping. If you remember, was it like not last E3, maybe the E3 before? But there was some showcase of some companies never heard of, but they were showing off their portable PCs and handheld, and maybe they picked up one of those and said, "All right, you know what? I'm gonna slap our Steam logo on it, and people will eat it up." You know, so. You know, it's good. It's a great idea. Why not? Why not go that route? You know, if we know the technology is there to do it, and we've seen it, it's just very pricey. That's the thing. It's like this is a portable PC in your hand with a screen. The one that I sent you guys, that one, I think that was an 8.5-inch or 9-inch screen, nice size screen. But man, the price tag was like for the high end, because it was an i5 model and then it was an i7, and the high end was like $1,500. You have to be really into PC gaming and on the go gaming to spend $1,500 on a handheld. So it's
yeah. According to this report, we don't know if they're going to do multiple SKUs like they did with the Steam box, but apparently this thing's going to be wider, than the Switch, and it's still a prototype right now. So it may be a while.
Well, it's smart. It's smart. I mean, but think about it. It all depends on what happens with the Switch Pro.
Yeah,
what
check it
does
out.
this look like?
Yeah, I don't know. This is going to come with a dock, just like the Switch. USB-C port. Guess we'll see, man. Not really much to say about that. Just pretty impressive.
HDMI port, plug it into your TV.
Yeah,
it's a PC. It's a PC.
Yeah, pretty much.
I wonder. Steam has issues with Windows and Microsoft, so I wonder it's probably going to be Linux based.
No, but you want the game
Oh, the
compatibility.
games. I know. Well, that's the other issue too. It's like you want that compatibility.
You have to run on Windows.
Yeah.
So, is anybody excited about this? Brian, what about you, man? You're a Mr. Steam, aren't you?
Let throw some steam in it.
And you like the Switch?
I think it's a cool idea, but again, it'll all go down to how does this thing work? Does it work well? And is it affordable? Because if it's like $800 and it's not that powerful and there's not much support, then just waste of time. But if it's like, hey, we've managed to find a way to make a reasonably powerful PC that you can put inside of a tablet and hook up to your TV and stuff, it's like, yeah, if that works, then that works. Again, it's not for me since I have a good PC. So again, I guess it's more geared towards people like Riku, because he seems to be the one who's into like this portable PC idea. So if he was here, it'd be nice for him to talk about it, since it seems like it's his jam. But for me, not my thing. Seems cool, but yeah, I don't see the point personally.
Did you see that Surface Pro, I think it's called, or M Pro, or whatever it was, the one that Microsoft has with the two screens, and that's going to have Game Pass on it, and it has the control support and the whole thing, but it looks pretty cool, the whole setup for it, because it was like, wow, this is great. I mean, as long as you have internet connection, then that'll be a great option. But then again, that's $1,000 as well, so that's not a cheaper option just to play game streaming, but it looked nice.
Surface Duo.
Yeah, there you go. Duo.
Thank you, Brooklyn Bear, for that.
Thanks, Brooklyn Bear. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
For me, like, it's cool. I mean, they can do whatever they want. I'll get hyped over a Valve announcement when it comes to their franchises.
Well, don't hold your breath on that.
Count to 3.
They don't know how to count to 3, man. That's their issue.
No, they did do Half-Life 3. What was it called? The Half-Life Alex?
Alex? Yeah.
But like, let's say, I mean, there's a lot. We all have most of us have a massive Steam collection of games, right?
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So
it's just ridiculous.
I could see the upside and just the whole feeling of like, wow, if I get this, I sign in. All those games are gonna be there, and I'm sure it's gonna have an SSD on there. And like, oh, I can load them all on the go.
Well, we don't want to make that assumption, but you know.
I was like, damn, wait, Rockstar Table Tennis on the go. Will I do it just for that? Oh,
that's crazy. So yeah, wait and see. Next up, we have. Oh, this is an interesting one. Borderlands 3 is getting crossplay, right? Except one system is not getting crossplay because they refuse to have crossplay. Guess which one it is?
Sony.
Jimbo.
Oh yeah.
Ain't that something? By the way, so I'm gonna read this tweet. This is from Randy Pitchford himself. Right. Good news or bad news first? Question mark. Good news. An update for Borderlands 3 has been prepared for release that includes full crossplay support across all platforms. The bad news, for certification, we have been required by the publisher to remove crossplay support for PlayStation consoles. Sony still don't want to play nice, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys say?
Is what it is.
Fucking rough, man.
Okay, go ahead, Brett. I know you want to go off right now.
Oh no, man, it's. I just think people have a right to be mad at this point because it's become blatantly obvious that it was obvious before, but now it's just in your face. Like, yeah, Sony won't let you do this. They're the ones stopping you. It's not a technical limitation. It's not an issue with developers not being on board. It's an issue of Sony standing in the way of this. Period. Full stop. That's it.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, as far as I know, there's no explanation. She's like, nope, you're not doing it.
They're probably like, yo, Randy, we don't like you.
Yeah. Randy. No, but this isn't the first time Sony's done that, though. Remember the whole Fortnite thing? Sony was like, fuck that shit.
Oh, yeah.
They had to be forced into it because it was like, hey, come on, we're the biggest game on Earth, you know?
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, come on.
The epic lawsuit, like, on pull the curtain back on all that.
Yeah, we learned a lot of shit. So it was Sony, you know. Did they have to pay Sony money or some shit like that?
Yeah, they paid them.
Yeah.
So Sony's like, yo, man, we'll do that shit, but you got to pay us.
Where's my money? So, I mean, I really have anything to add to this. I don't care about Borderlands, but pretty interesting. You know?
Well,
Yes.
it's kind of like a thing where, like, we've just been here beforehand, like, with the Fortnite thing. So, at this point, we're just rehashing the same things we said then. So, hence, kind of like, it's Sony. We expect them to be assholes at this point. So, yeah.
Insert previous comment from episode.
Exactly.
Just take it from, pretty much all the talking points. I remember we got into a pretty heated argument about that, though, like 2 years ago, you know?
Because you guys didn't think it was going to ever carry on anywhere else. You're like, no one's really going to focus on it. It'll die out. It was just a fad, but it's still going.
No, it stuck around, you know? Is Borderlands 3 on the Switch? Adam, is it?
Not yet. There's talks of that. That's one of the things I think we're going to hear at E3. When that happens, I'll be on it. But all the other ones are there. The Handsome Collection and all that, that's there. Borderlands 2, I have all those. So yeah, the 3's coming. Definitely review that one. Woo, can't wait. That's going to... It should be able to run on there. I love that one. In fact, remember, I did the review for the latest one when they did for the PS5. That looked beautiful. Oh, my God.
120 frames, right?
Oh, yeah. It was so... I replayed it and finished that. Me and my other cousin. We flew through
Other cousin.
I got a whole bunch. Daniel,
you know? Oh, man. I remember I'm not gonna name any games. I remember this was years ago. One of my friends, I was like, I'm gonna hang out with my cousin. He was like, you have a cousin? Like, I'm Dominican. I got like 50 of those motherfuckers. You know? Oh man. All right. Moving on. Next story here. Okay. This is when it comes to Cyberpunk. Every time something happens, almost like I've never heard this before. So Cyberpunk is getting a new game director. Cyberpunk 2077, the game that's out right now, He's getting a new game director. I've never heard this before.
Wow, they're literally
after the fact.
The game came out. The game's getting a new game director. You know,
he's got. They need somebody to fix that fucking thing.
That's it.
You know,
can't do
it. Get rid of the old captain. Put on a new captain, man.
Listen, we fucking crashed, man. We're stranded at sea.
Yo, just chuck him in the water.
Chuck him in the water, make them on the plank. You know, feed him to the sharks.
We got a new person.
So I guess that dude is just gonna go take his other position or do whatever else he's gonna do.
He's still in the company. You know, he's still working at the company.
Yeah, I think.
In the big room.
Yeah. What's happening is the new director is gonna be the guy who directing all the DLCs, expansions, all that other stuff.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna have to also assume he's directing like, hey, this is how we fix this fucking game. You know?
Yeah. They also haven't come out with any significant updates, and they're still working on that on the next gen versions of those.
What updates do you need every time they release an update? It breaks something. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Shame.
What a mess, man.
I was so hyped for that one, too.
Yeah. And the thing is, if you look underneath the bullshit, there's a cool game under there, man. Like, I've never played a game like that, you know, big cyberpunk open world game. It's beautiful when it wants to be. You know, when it works. But, oh, my God, man. And I played this on PC, the most optimized version. And it was too many. You know what it was for me? It was... was that phrase like death by 1,000 paper cuts? It was like so many little things here and there, and I'm like, oh, come on, you know. Obviously, I had it good compared to those PS4 guys, you know. Those motherfuckers can't even run their shit. The PS4 guys, they're going to be experiencing that again with Horizon Forbidden West, you know. Can't run their shit. Actually, let's just be honest. I don't think it's going to be that bad.
I think Sony's going to do some serious QA again.
Oh yeah.
You know, granted, Miles Morales is a previous generation game, you know, on the PlayStation 5, but I don't think they're going to leave.
Yeah, no, they're
if
not.
They're going to put it on their previous consoles. It's going to work.
Yeah, I was being facetious about that, obviously, and it's Guerrilla Games we're talking about, you know. Yeah. So I think they're good, you know. But every time you hear Cyberpunk stories, man, it's like, you know.
You know,
it's still not on PSN.
No, it's still not on PSN.
You know, one thing
Sony's like, keep that shit off of our house, bruh.
One thing I think about though is that, like, how badly did it affect the actual franchise that it came from? You know, because you know, Mike Pondsmith, the guy who created it, you know, he obviously the game was doing pretty good. You know, the tabletop RPG, and he did this big update to it. So how is it affecting him? Is it affecting his numbers, or are people still like interested in the Cyberpunk tabletop, or has it brought more interest into it?
Well, I've heard that he was getting blamed for this game, even though he had nothing to do with it.
Oh, come on!
You know, people are just looking for easy targets, right?
No, I mean, here's the thing. Like the out of all the different things in that game, probably the thing that people say is the most consistent or actually good is actually the actual story. You played through the whole game.
Yeah, no, the story's good. You know, all the side stories, everything's good, but that game just needed polish, man. But yeah, I still say half the reason a lot of games are being, you know, pushed back is because of this. Developers don't want that experience, man. They're like, man, look what happened to CD Projekt Red. Don't release shit until it's ready. You know?
Yep.
Fucking crazy.
Well, I mean, maybe we really do need to get past that, you know, patch it later bullshit.
Yeah.
Those guys sent out they literally had a broken game printed to disc.
Yeah. Yeah, it went gold like that. You know?
It went gold like that.
Yeah, that game is the epitome of like what's wrong with the patch it later mentality, you know? Fucking crazy. All right, moving on. Speaking about games getting delayed, we gotta talk about Skull and Bones again, man.
No one cares. No one cares. Move on. No one cares.
No, so apparently this game has already been like development restarted on it twice already.
Wow.
Think about that. You know,
man.
I remember seeing this shit at E3 2018. I think it was supposed to be coming out soon at that point. You know,
it was supposed to come out at around the time as the
Microsoft. And by the way, and I want to emphasize, this wasn't like a hands-off demo. I played this shit for 30 minutes. It looked finished to me, but I don't know, man. I think what happened. This is just my personal theory. I think what happened is that game purely existed because they're like, hey, people like the sailing shit in Black Flag. Let's do some of that. But now nobody cares about that anymore. So like, you know. And I think they're also trying to do like a high seas version of For Honor because that game did well for them as well. But I don't know. That's just what I think. It could be some internal shit. If you remember
the first one, it was just boats. That was it. There was no people. You were
it was just boats. It was just boats. Yeah,
it was just boats. And then the Xbox one came out.
Sea of Thieves. Yeah.
And then they saw that caught on there. Everyone liked going around playing as little pirates and doing like, we could do that too. Scrap this shit. And then next, we heard they were going to start doing that, and now it looks like they scrapped that as well.
Yeah. So yeah, hope nobody was excited about that shit.
I don't know. I mean, we remember for a second, Brett was talking about, the Microsoft Pirate game, and then we're like, what about Skull and Bones? And he's like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, well, Brett was right,
Yeah, well, let's see.
Sea Dogs too. It'll be Watch Dogs at Sea, right?
Sea Dogs.
Man,
you scared me, Sea Dogs.
All right, man. Next up, BlizzCon 2021 has been canceled. Don't you got cell phones, man?
Yeah, well, you got cell phones.
That's how you could watch if they do anything.
And the crazy thing is, they're not even having a digital event. It's just nothing.
Oh, I thought it was going to be digital.
No, it's just canceled. Period.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kotick is just like, you know what? We don't need this shit. Fuck this. Get rid of it.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you say, man?
Well, it's kind of crazy. I mean, it's not a good sign. Like, you don't have anything to talk about, and you ran this thing even through the Rona. They still had an event. They still had a digital event.
Yeah.
So you have nothing to talk about. No Overwatch updates. No Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, it's not like Overwatch is getting a sequel or anything like that.
You give it to your boy Keeley. They're like, yo, Keeley, you got the juice now. You handle this shit.
We literally, Overwatch 2 is coming.
Yeah. So nothing. So you don't even think it's worth talking about. Even like they could still give it to Keeley, but they always had their own press conference, and they even announced that they're doing an official Diablo sequel.
Yeah.
So you got nothing to show? Like, really?
Didn't they have their own LAN tournaments? Like, I remember a buddy of mine wanting to go, and he's like, yeah, he brings his PC and stuff.
No, remember we talked about that in the old show. They fired their whole esports thing. They killed that shit.
Damn, they killed it.
Kotek's like, fuck this shit.
It ain't making me money. But interestingly enough, they announced that BlizzCon will come next year, or a digital event next year.
What?
Just a digital event?
Yeah.
Okay. See, that's what they're doing. They're like, okay, we don't need to have an event now. We'll just do a formulaic event.
Yeah, let me see. This sort of says here. Just clarify here. This is from Engadget. Instead, Blizzard plans to host a quote-unquote global event sometime early next year that will include both online and in-person elements. So, yeah, there you go. So, who knows what it is, but weird that BlizzCon is being canceled, even though there's Blizzard shit coming out this year.
Yeah.
They feel that they don't have anything to show for the new Diablo, so they're like, you know what? Everyone's gonna ask.
Well, how about Overwatch 2?
We don't have
Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2.
That'll sell itself. I think they're like, who cares? It'll sell itself.
Yeah.
But they just don't want every other question to be. So how's Diablo? We don't have anything. So they're like, let's just cancel this shit. This is the best time to do it. Yeah, you know what?
Or Diablo 4, they could do something for that too.
Not that shit. Yeah. They're like, we don't got time for this.
That's crazy. BlizzCon. I mean, they've had the BlizzCons forever, haven't they? Like
a long time.
Yeah. So it being canceled, unprecedented, man. Pretty interesting. They had an Overwatch 2 stream a few days ago. Game looks the same. New maps here and there. That's what Brooklyn Bear says.
Yeah,
it's Overwatch. Whatever.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Shout out to Gary. Mr. Overwatch. All right. Next story here. Unreal 5, baby, got a new tech demo, and it's open to the public now. I've actually seen some people doing some stuff with the demo.
This isn't actually a tech demo. Well, it's the tech demo, files, but it's actually a beta version of Unreal Engine 5.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, there's been people that have been moving, essentially going into Unreal Engine 5 and essentially testing out all the different stuff. Some pretty cool stuff. I mean, people are doing some interesting stuff already. Fun thing about that, though, that Unreal 5 actually doesn't use ray tracing at all.
Oh, really?
They're using some other sort of ray tracing technique, but it's not using anything that's hardware based to run it. So it's interesting. So like I'm guessing it's like, because one of the things, I think the biggest things about Unreal Engine, it is something that's meant to be able to run on a multiple different things. So they probably went with a simplified software solution in order to be able to provide the same sort of imagery across the board. A lot of really cool stuff though, like that they demonstrated. I actually watched the video.
Yeah, no, it was really good. I saw the whole video too. Like they were talking about how the way it rendered, load things and stuff like within the your field of view and stuff, and it was represented by a circle. It's like everything inside the circle is rendered in pretty good detail. Everything behind you is just lowered, low and stuff.
They use that sort of like virtual polygons or something, where essentially it's a stupidly high resolution sort of model, but it essentially figures out from the distance how much of it to render, which is interesting.
So yeah, pretty good stuff. Carlos, thanks for reminding me to put this in the show. I almost forgot about it. Do you have anything to say about the demo?
No, other than it looks good. I think everyone's ready for developers to use this new engine to get the next gen games ready.
Yo, I'm gonna say this: EA, let BioWare use this for Mass Effect 4. Stop fucking around.
They use Frostbite, right?
Yeah, they use Frostbite for Andromeda. Fuck that shit. Go back. Think about it. You're playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition. That's all Unreal 3. Those games look better than fucking the Frostbite shit.
Yeah, I was about to say those were Unreal games.
Those were Unreal 3. They're still running on Unreal 3.
Man,
think about that.
And the thing that Manny mentioned, I don't remember what they named it something. The ray tracing equipment, it's like the global illumination thing. But I don't know what.
Wasn't it just lumens? I think it was just called lumens.
It could.
It's lumens. Isn't lumens the high resolution models and stuff? That lumens.
Oh, I don't know. Well, lumen means light, loose. So I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong though. But no, you're right. They do have their own different solution to it.
What they're also doing is that they also, and this is something that's not like graphics related, but it is something developer related, where essentially they're able to do sound work within the engine. In other words, you don't have to have some sort of additional thing. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff, and it's all based off of the geometry and stuff that's in there, which is really cool. Yeah. And a lot of animation stuff. Like they're looking like they want to be like almost like a full-on suite. Instead of, and they don't want you to leave it to go into everything else.
Yeah, I was right. The lighting system is called Lumen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, good stuff, man. What's the other thing? Nanites, they called it, right? The little polygons they use. Yeah. See, that's the shit that gets me excited, because most of the time in games you have to fake that stuff, right? With textures and stuff. Now they don't have to fake it. It's just there. Well,
one of the big secrets in video games is they always constantly switch out models.
Yeah.
Like the game character that's running around in a game is actually a lower res model than the one that's in the cinematics.
That's right.
And what they'll do is they'll swap out the to the really high resolution one whenever you got to do close ups and things.
Right.
Yeah. Now
and also, I think also. Even though they do have Lumen to do software-based ray tracing, they still support hardware-based ray tracing. So you can do both for the people that develop from their games.
Yeah, they're going all out with this shit. So it's gonna be cool seeing. I mean, it's already cool. You're already seeing people doing little demos and shit on their own. It's good stuff, man. So excited to see what games are gonna look running on this thing.
But here's the thing: like the official release of it is it's actually early 2002.
That's 2022.
So now, obviously, I'm sure a lot of the developers already have that,
Yeah.
have a version of it they're running. But it's interesting. But I guess for general audiences, it's just going to be 2002
22.
or 22. Sorry.
You're not going back 20 years, you know?
Yo, man, we're going 2002, son.
Yeah.
Going back in time.
That was a good year, man. All right.
Man, elementary school.
Yeah, imagine seeing Knack 3 on Nanite. Oh, man. All right, next story. Dying Light 2. like the zombies are popular has come back to life. You know?
Yeah.
I saw this game at the same E3 I saw Skull and Bones, but unlike Skull and Bones, this one's actually coming out. It's coming out in December. Like December. Like, whoa. You know?
Wait, hey, guess what? We got this.
So and they showed a new tech demo, and it's cool because the demo shows you the original demo from E3. Then it show you what it looks like now. It looks butter, as Adam would say. And
I want to make sure my fucking pipe doesn't break if it hits a mushy zombie. That makes no
Whoa,
sense.
whoa.
It's a euphemism.
That shit just smashed through. Don't tell me after 2 or 3 hits that shit pops off and breaks. Bullshit.
You need a better
Man,
pipe. You need a better pipe.
Yo, man, you piping zombies?
I'm telling you. And if they say,
Adam,
hey,
man, you need some fucking Viagra for your pipe, bro.
That's it. Well, if they say they got a perma pipe for $1.99, I'll pay it. I'm tired of fucking building and crafting shit all day long.
Yo, I remember in the first fucking Dying Light, I was playing with Brett. This dude gives me a fucking flaming sword. I'm just destroying all these zombies. It was fantastic, you know?
He's like,
That was
use
fucking
this.
Batman Santa in that game.
Yeah. You're like, hey, Tony, you want something cool? He just gives you a flaming sword. I'm like, what the fuck?
No. I didn't just give it to you. I grappled in, dropped in, threw
Yes.
it on the ground for you, and then Batman the fuck out
Yes.
of there. All while you were in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, no, it was good stuff, man. So this game's looking really cool to have some different human factions going on. More super zombies, obviously, you know?
It's still going to have co-op play?
Yeah, I mean, I
That'll
would
be
assume
fun.
that's still in there, you know?
We could never assume, man. We could never
Yeah.
assume. We've seen too many games change that shit.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, looks good, man. Dying Light, I called that surprise games. I was like, another fucking zombie game, whatever, you know. Then I played them. I go, damn, this is good. You know, the park. It's the parkour. It's the parkour shit that got me like, this is fucking tight. Because that was the first game I played. The first person game I played that had parkour that was done well. Usually it was sloppy before that. Sorry, Mirror's Edge, you didn't do it that well. You know, this shit did it right. You know.
Not only that, it made you want to move when it got dark. Like,
you
felt really like you were like, I'm in danger.
Yo, when you press that
cover.
Yo, Brett, when you press that back button, you look behind you.
Oh man!
Oh my fucking god! Why is that button even there? It's the only reason it exists is for you to turn around and go, oh god, I shouldn't have done that.
You know? Yeah, it's the equivalent of like, don't look down. It's like, don't look back in this game.
Don't look down. Why is there a button for looking down then?
Yeah. You turn around, it's like 50 zombies, like literally on your neck. Like, why did I turn around?
You're like, oh, that was a mistake. Then you turn back and you like run into a wall or a trash can.
Yeah. And then you're dead.
Well,
Did
that'd
you
be good
play
now with the 3D audio, right?
Oh.
You'll hear them breathing behind you. You hear them getting closer. Like, oh shit!
You'll be
Did you
like,
guys
no.
play the DLC with the vehicle? Did you guys play that?
Yeah, I played that.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
The
good game.
ending was kind of weird though, but
Dying Light 2 Army of the Dead DLC.
yo,
Alright,
don't
got
be
Batista in
surprised.
it.
Netflix will pay for that tie-in. Netflix will fund that game if they made it.
Yeah.
Well, they want to get into the gaming.
Yeah, don't be surprised.
How
You
much
joke about that.
Oh, speaking of joke with all this, remember? Did you hear what happened for WWE for the promotion for this with the zombies that interfered in a match?
No, that
What?
wasn't this.
That was for the army. That's for this one, the Army of the Dead, the Netflix.
No, that's not for Dying Light.
No, but they paid $1 million for that just to have those zombies. So they don't give a shit. They will spend the money if the option's there to do anything, to integrate something like that. So
here's how. So it's coming. Every platform was announced for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and also coming in next gen. So good stuff, man. I'm actually kind of excited to play this. You know, with you guys specifically. We had fun playing that shit. You know.
Oh yeah.
Good times. All right, Dying Light 2. There you go. Next story. What do we have here? Again, I told you guys we have a lot of shit to cover tonight. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Dragon Quest. All right. So unlike Nintendo, Square Enix actually celebrated the 35th anniversary of Dragon Quest. They had a nice little short stream, 30 minutes and stuff. But the big reveals were Dragon Quest 12 and Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D worldwide releases. This is the first time for the franchise to see this stuff, which is really cool. Not a lot of details on 12. All we know is it's going to be more like an adult-orientated Dragon Quest, which is kind of interesting. And they said they're actually going to change up the combat because Dragon Quest has always been known as a turn-based game, so maybe it'll be action-based. We don't know. They just said it's going to be different, but still keep the the previous fans happy. Pretty cool, And then we have Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D. Now, Dragon Quest 3 is still like the most beloved entry in the series, so that makes sense that they're doing it. But what's cool about it is the art style is very reminiscent of Octopath Traveler. It's very cool. So
is it the same director as Octopath?
I don't know. I'm not sure about that. By the way, I got to call out to some of these people, man. It was hilarious. So because remember, again, I'm like, the internet exists, and you're willfully being ignorant. So they were like, oh my god, this game looks great. Like they need to use the Octopath engine. I'm like, you mean Unreal 4?
Unreal.
Like you mean Unreal 4? Come on, guys. But yeah, I don't know if anybody else here is excited about this, but I am. Dragon Quest 11 specifically. Here's the thing: I wanted to play Dragon Quest. I bought Dragon Quest 8, but I just never had time to play it. But the first game I still own the game too. But I really got into the series with 11. Really good stuff. So I'm excited about it, and I hope they fucking remake 8 so I can play it on a system of my own. Because the 3DS version, the PS2 version looks better than that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can't play it on 4.
I can't, unfortunately.
You only have the 3DS version.
No, I only have the PS2 version's the only one I have. By the way, that fucking stream trolled people at the beginning because they were giving all these updates for Dragon Quest X. So it's a Japan game only, not coming to the West at all. Trolling motherfuckers. So if you're a Dragon Quest fan, look forward to that. I know I am. Looks cool.
I know Dragon Quest timeline is all over the place, right? The games are not sequential.
No, they're not connected.
The first 3 games are, and then after that, it's just Here's the thing. No. So the first three games are connected. 4, 5, and 6 are connected, and then after that, they go off and just.
Well, isn't 11 connected to the first 3?
Yes, it is. They turn it around and they turn it back. Yeah, they do. It was cool by Dragon Quest 3. It's actually a prequel to 1.
Crazy.
I don't know if 6, 7, and 8 are connected though.
So, I don't think so.
Yeah,
and I know that 8 is was also developed.
8 is on its own,
developed by them.
Yeah,
it was developed by Level 5.
Level 5, yeah. If somebody in the chat, let me know because I know for a fact 1, 2, and 3 are connected. They're one kind of thing, and 4, 5, and 6 are. But I don't know about the other ones. But good stuff, regardless. It's kind of interesting how both Final Fantasy 16 and Dragon Quest 12 will be more like darker toned and shit. So good stuff. All right, next story. Did I get the wrong one? What do we have? Let me see what's on the dock. Again, we got a lot of shit. Oh, this one is very exciting. The announcement itself is pretty exciting, but the possibility is what really excites me because I've been screaming about this game and this franchise for a very long time because Sega has been quite negligent with Virtua Fighter, So it was announced, and this was first a rumor, and then it just got announced officially. Virtua Fighter 5 remastered. I think it's Ultimate or whatever. Virtua Fighter 5. A game that came out in 2011, getting remastered, coming exclusively to PlayStation 4. And not only that, it's going to be a PS Plus game.
So next month when the PS Plus comes around, you gonna get yourself some Virtua Fighter.
Virtua Fighter 5, man. And what I hope happens is that this game is successful enough to Sega to go, all right, We need Virtua Fighter 6. That's the shit we need, man. I've been screwing about that for years. Where the fuck is Virtua Fighter 6? Especially in this day and age where every fighting game franchise is coming back out of the woodwork. You know, Primal Rage is going to come back before Virtua Fighter at this point. You know? So
Yeah,
come on, Sega.
Yeah, SNK's been showing off characters for King of Fighters 15 this whole month.
Yeah.
This last month they've been showing characters.
But yeah, it's like, yeah, that came back. Samurai Showdown came back, right? Like, all these games are coming back. I'm like, where is the king of all these games? You know? Like, where the fuck is it? So, I mean, but then again, you can say it about a lot of Sega franchises in general, you know?
It's at the Sega Club in a Yakuza game. That's where it is.
Yeah, right? Yo,
you go to there.
Isn't that crazy? You can play that whole fucking game in Yakuza,
yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, until now, that was the only way you could play Virtua Fighter 5 on your PlayStation. You had to get Yakuza, you know? Which one was that on? Was it 6? Or
They're all of them. I was just playing that in Judgment.
Yeah, because I know in Virtua Fighter... Yakuza 0 has Virtua Fighter 2 in it, I believe, you know?
I think the latest one has 5.
Yeah, the latest one has 5, yeah. That would be 6. I don't
the other thing...
Like a Dragon, does it have it too?
Yeah, it has.
Okay.
The other important thing about this game is that it's essentially a remake of the whole game, models and everything in the Dragon engine.
The Dragon engine. Mm-hmm. The Yakuza, it looks fucking gorgeous. You know,
yep, everybody looks nice and shiny and shit.
Yep. You see all that sweat, you know. But yeah, go ahead.
What's kind of cool though is that they still sort of look the same. Like they didn't redesign them to the point where they don't look anything like the previous version of the character.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they still look the same. It's just they look better, you know. But
they look better.
I think it's cool that it's on the the Dragon engine, you know, which is the Yakuza engine, you know.
Dragon.
Man, you saving up some bandwidth over there?
Am I?
Yeah, because you're the OBS logo right now.
Oh shit!
You know. All right.
It must have been OBS went bad.
Probably did. You know. All right. Next up. All right, we got to talk about the other stream that happened. There's a lot of streams happening. So a lot of events. Sonic's the Hedgehog 30th anniversary stream.
Oh shit!
I didn't watch this thing. I was busy. I was busy writing a review for a certain game that's coming up soon. And apparently, I didn't miss anything. I guess probably it was horse shit.
It wasn't. To be honest, it wasn't too bad.
Well, okay, what happened in it? Because
well, I mean, they announced that they're essentially re-putting out Sonic Colors, which was a big fan favorite for a lot of people from the Wii, out of all those other games, and then a bunch of little collaborations, and then they're also announced a new Sonic game that's going to be coming soon. They didn't say Sonic Mania, but they still have a bunch of stuff to announce. They did announce one fun thing they did, silly stuff that they did announce was a bunch of collaboration stuff to go with the 30th anniversary. Like one of them was these stupid. I think they hooked up with King Jules or something like that to essentially make these hip hop chains.
Oh, that was
Sonic
embarrassing, by the way.
Huh?
That was embarrassing, by the way. They said for the fans that are connected with hip hop culture. I'm like, that's not like it was like get Steve Buscemi to. Yeah, come on, man.
For fans dialed into hip hop culture, we have these Sonic chains.
They should have just had Steve Buscemi to say that shit. You know, what are you kids doing?
Diamond culture, you get this top hat.
Yeah,
it was the one cringy moment in there. Here's the thing. At least something's better than nothing, because to be honest, it's like Nintendo it's literally 35 years for Samus, and you don't see a damn thing from Nintendo.
Really surprised.
35 years for Zelda too, right?
Yeah, Zelda 35th. What did they do?
Damn, didn't do anything for the 35th of Zelda.
Yeah,
they'll sell you a game, a remake in July.
Yeah,
remastered.
That's them celebrating. It's a celebration, bitches.
Yeah. So yeah,
celebrating by paying us.
Oh my god. I'm gonna read some of the things out right now. So yes, Sonic Central, was that the name of it? That was the name of the thing, right? Sonic joins Tokyo 2020. Very creepy looking guy in a Sonic costume. It looks like.
I think it's hilarious. that they made it look like a costume. Like they didn't just put Sonic in there. No, it's a guy wearing a Sonic costume that they put in the stupid Olympic game.
Yeah, very creepy.
Are the Olympics happening this year, by the way?
They want to still do it, even though things.
Yes, that's Tokyo 2020. 2020? Well, that was last year.
Wait a minute, that was last year.
They're still calling it 2020. No, that's what it's going to be called if it still happens.
Isn't that like breaking the space-time continuum or something? Like, what?
They don't care. They don't care.
I guess Japan, they could do what they want, you know? We do not care about the rules of time and space.
Which is crazy because they're in the future, so...
Yeah, so they're going to the past. I don't know. It's hurting my head. So Sonic DLC for 2 Point Hospital. What the fuck is 2 Point Hospital?
2 Point Hospital is essentially like Theme Hospital.
Yeah,
like from the old days, but
that
it's
was
like
fun.
You know, it's like one of those sim sort of games.
It's on Game Pass. Yeah, it's like, you know, you have a hospital, you build it, you put the equipment in the rooms and stuff.
You can put a bunch of Sonic costumes on your doctors, but it's kind of funny. It's like, oh, you know, you're doing surgery and you got Sonic doing surgery on people.
Yeah, he got blood all over his white gloves and shit. You know,
I don't think they go that far. I think they just have people just be sick. You know, they don't do like
it's not like Surgeon Simulator.
No, it's not like Surgeon Simulator where you're like lifting people's guts out and putting them into trays.
I was about to say Sonic's doing rectal exams and shit. You know,
he's
already got the gloves on.
he's checking for he's checking the gonads.
Oh, I forgot my gloves.
I forgot my. Next up, we got Sonic Fighters going to be playable in Lost Judgment. Okay, kind of interesting there. You know,
I don't understand. Like, it's kind of interesting how they're able to literally make ports of games of old Sega games inside of their Dragon engine.
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm down with that. Yo, man, get Fighters Mega Mix into one of these fucking things.
Oh man, or was Fighting Vipers in one of those yet?
No, they need to throw that in there. You know,
oh man, I'd be down with some Fighting Vipers.
Yeah.
I played that from Dreamcast.
I played it because they re-released it on PS3. I played that; it was really good.
Yeah, know? Didn't we got all the trophies in that? We 100%
we did.
That in Virtua Fighter.
Yep. Sonic Colors, like you said.
Colors.
Sonic Origins, which is another repackaging of the first couple of games.
But the big thing.
Oh, they got big things.
The big thing.
Excuse me?
Sonic 3 will be in there.
Oh, it's back. Oh, shit. That's right, because in the last collection, they removed it because of Michael Jackson.
Every single collection of that game has had it removed. My guess is...
recent, because the one release before had it, you know?
Yeah, but recent, so it's going to have everything. It's going to have...
1, 2, 3 Knuckles and Sonic CD.
Yep, it's going to have all of them. So I think that's a pretty good thing. Hopefully, it'll be the redo that they did recently for it.
Yes, that's a good one. That was the guy who did Sonic Mania, Christian Whitehead. Yeah.
Christian Whitehead. So maybe it's him doing all of those games. That would be cool if it was him doing all of those.
Don't get my hopes up. That'd be awesome.
Yo, man, they should just throw Sonic Mania in that shit too.
They should, you know. Sonic joins PlayStation Now in an Amazon Luna library. Okay. Sonic,
it's Sonic Forces and it's Sonic Mania.
Sonic Forces, Sonic Mania, and Team Sonic Racing.
Yeah, so Team Sonic Racing, which is those are like released like maybe a few years ago, right?
Yeah. DLC for Sonic mobile titles.
Okay. Yeah, they got those runner games.
Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog and Minecraft.
Yep, they only did a weird tease of it, like it just sort of giant Sonic like blocky thing. Yeah,
weird. And then, like you said, a new 3D Sonic game is coming in 2022. So,
so more 3D garbage to throw out there until they actually make another Sonic Mania game.
Yeah, like listen, unless it's Sonic Mania, I don't care. You know.
Is it actually 3D or because I just know it's a mainland Sonic game.
That's what this said. Hey, I'm just reading what this fucking website says, man. It says a new 3D Sonic game.
So yeah, and they had the director there too.
Yeah, Sonic Team. It's going to be a 3D game. You know,
Sonic Team.
Yeah, that is true.
No, yeah, fuck that. Get Sonic Mania 2. That's all I need, man.
Give me that shit.
All right. By the way, this week was so crazy. This story that we're going to talk about right now, one of the first things that happened, but I almost forgot it happened this week. Got to talk about that Uncharted image that came out.
And
well, there's a lot of things that happened in that thing because it literally went through. But yeah, the big thing in that is that it was talking about what was like a bunch of business stuff that we're talking about in that list of stuff.
I don't know. I'm just talking about the image that they released, the one with Tom Holland with the flashlight.
Oh shoot! I thought you were talking about that other thing that I sent you about the PC version of Uncharted.
Oh no, we will talk about that. You know?
So now it's like no, it was Tom Holland and it was
Marky
Mark, and it's like everybody's like, where's Marky Mark's mustache? Why is he?
Yeah, because he's Sully. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I find interesting? Because this is how long this movie's been in development. We wrote about this shit on Cool Stuff 10 years ago, and at that point, Marky Mark was supposed to be Nathan Drake.
And we were like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Yeah, trying to get Nathan Fillion. Remember, he was trying to do the whole thing, and he did his
own
little video.
He only did as a one shot. He went. He was
trying. No, he was trying. He was hoping that would.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He said
it. He said it.
No,
he said that was his dream.
Did he? I don't know about that.
No, it wasn't his dream.
He spent that money.
The only thing he was, dude. He was aiming for the role.
He said that. He was open about it. That's why he went through the trouble. He said this is his goal, and it didn't work. He knows he was a little older for it, but he figured he fit the role, and they went younger, way younger.
Yeah. But anyway, does anybody even excited? I like it. Fuck this movie, man. I'm just being a fuck this movie.
I'm sorry,
you know, Marky Mark. Really?
You know, again, like Marky Mark's a decent actor, but I swear, like whatever he's in, like as far as like other types of films that are not dramas, it's just like it seems like he's unwilling to do things.
He's fine in like Four Brothers and Shooter. Like he does have his roles where he's pretty decent. But I mean, for a game like Uncharted, and a movie like Uncharted, like how it's going to be, I think the issue is the game is really cinematic. And where the game shines is in the gameplay and is in the set pieces. And it doesn't really... Uncharted is a great game, but does anybody really care about the story as much as like some other top-level games?
No, I just... Like, this is my problem with movie adaptations like this. I think, like you said, the game's already cinematic and you already get the immersive experience. I'm not going to sit there and buy that Spider-Boy is Nathan Drake. I'm just not buying that.
Spider-Boy.
Yeah, that's dumb,
Boy.
He could play Atreus, though.
Yeah.
The God of War movie. Yeah, but the thing that I found funny about that, the image was like, they're in this well-lit room. This guy's aiming a flashlight.
Flashlight, yeah.
Fuck out of here with that, man. But yeah, the big thing was like, where's Sully's mustache? Where's his mustache?
Where's his mustache? It's funny because they released that original image where you can like, okay, I get it. It's Drake. He's wearing the gun belt and he's wearing the T-shirt. Now it just looks like Marky Mark and Tom Holland just
punch.
Marky Mark and a fucking punch. Feel it.
They just literally walked in a room and with their jackets on, like, hey, look at that.
Yeah. I want to take that picture and go like, I didn't know they were making a sequel to Night at the Museum. Like,
yeah, right.
Yeah, or National Treasure. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, Brett, we're gonna say. Yeah,
I think I already heard somebody crack this joke, but it's Marky Mark and the Flunky Bunch.
Yeah, Flunky Bunch. There you go. Feel it. There was something else I want to say.
Feel the vibration.
Maybe they go to a Wahlburgers.
They'll throw a Wahlburgers.
Why not? There was something else. There was another news story about this movie, but I don't know what the fuck it was.
Hey, what's going on, Drake?
What's going on, Drake?
What's going on, Drake? I'm totally
feel it. How do you mother for me?
Where'd you? Hey, Drake. Where'd you park the car?
Where'd you park the car?
So they released 2 seconds of this shit.
Oh, what's it? What is it? It's like
2 seconds of movie.
Yeah, the movie. Yeah, it's just Marky Mark and what's his face again?
Oh, they're just walking in a room and
they're just
like, Uncharted. Uncharted. Blood.
They're like wearing like tuxedos. This is stupid. So dumb.
I don't know. I think it's a Transformer.
Transformer.
It's a Transformer. Oh my! Marky Mark is trash, man. All right, let's move on to some other Uncharted news. Yeah, I'm telling
Clearly,
you,
you're not feeling the vibration.
yeah, I am not feeling the vibrations.
Feel the vibration.
Yeah, give me a second. I gotta set the camera here. Yeah, I literally tweeted. I'm like, let me just. And some people actually got the joke. It's like, there's too many. I'm like, kids aren't gonna understand that joke. You know, it's like this image does not fill me with good vibrations. You know, like Tony, what you talking about, bro? You know,
but you're chilling.
The children's Marky Mark. You know what's funny about Marky Mark? If you tell him about that shit, he gets mad at you.
You can't talk for interviews. That's one of the listing his publicist was. You can't ask him questions about that time. He doesn't like talking about it. That and the fact that he's a racist. You just did that for some reason. We talked about that. Remember all that shit that he came out with the racist attacks and all that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Oh man.
There's certain things you can't ask him.
Anyway, something about Uncharted. So Uncharted 4 is coming to PC.
According to that, what was that thing anyway?
It was from a Sony thing. It was like an earnings report. Apparently.
Oh, okay.
It's other interesting things that came out of the report. Apparently, PlayStation 5 is about to break even.
Which is amazing to
I'm
me.
like, wow, okay.
Good old scalpers, man. Look at that. Scalpers won the generation, right?
But yeah, it was one specific image. And they said, there are games that are coming to PC, and Uncharted 4 was just there, under Days Gone. So it says, I'm reading this from Engadget. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End won't be a PlayStation exclusive anymore. Sony has revealed a PDF in a report presented to investors that the title is headed to PC as part of its strategy to find new fans for its IPs and to target new geographies. Survival horror game Days Gone arrived on Steam. We already know that shit. So yeah, we said this shit already though. Like Sony's gonna take all their old games, PS4 games, put them on PC. Because again, Uncharted 4, that shit's not selling anymore. So why not throw it on PC? Make more money.
I know people are gonna be pissed off about it, but it's like, dude, are you continuing to buy any more Uncharted? No, you finished the game and you're done.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it's not like Sony's gonna come and take your fucking copy away from you, just because it's on PC.
I mean, the one good thing about a lot of this is it'll do really good for preservation of games.
Yeah,
because think about it, like
sure.
if Sony decides to go off the rails and not support, do some sort of cockamamie architecture for anything in the future, at least the older games will be able to run.
Yeah. So I mean, my thing is, like, I already played this game, so I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Let the PC guys, figure out what play a Uncharted game, and hopefully it'll, you get to see the game running in the best condition you could ever see it run. Like 60 frames per second, HD. The high shadow. What do they call it? High resolution shadow mapping and all that shit. Yeah.
By the way, who's listening to that music?
Yeah, who's listening to music right now?
Oh, that's Jossie.
Oh yeah. Uh-oh.
He's at the club.
He at the club. By the way, I'm throwing in another story right now just cause.
Oh. More stories?
April 2020. It's April 2022 or 21. NPDs. I haven't done these in a while.
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about it, man. Specifically an omission. I'm like, wait, this game is always on NPDs. Why isn't it on there anymore? Uh-oh.
Oh, Tony.
Brian, what happened, Brian?
You know what's going to happen come this fall period, right? So,
yeah, I know.
See, at first I was like, oh, thank God it's finally happened. And then it's like, wait. Hold on. It's going to be back, It's going to be like the Terminator. Like, yeah, I'll be back. And I'll be worse and worse and worse than you can ever imagine. And then eventually I'll be trash.
Oh man, yeah, yeah, that's the whole franchise right there, So let's quickly go over the top, the whole thing, all the top 20 games. So the number one game of the month, MLB The Show. Despite being on Xbox Game Pass, still sold a lot of copies.
It's baseball.
You already know. That was a new game. Number two, Call of Duty, the Black Ops Cold War, number 2 game. It was number 1 last month, by the way. This is cool. The new NPD chart is actually kind of cool. It tells you what place they were in the previous month. So number 3, Brian's favorite game, Pokemon Snap. Brian, how is that game? Brian? Mr. Brian?
I have no idea just yet. I've not downloaded it yet. My Switch is kind of dusty at the moment. So.
Oh, what happened? I thought your Switch was your go-to machine, man.
No, I just like playing the Switch, but right now I'm just playing through some other games. I have to play some games that came out this year, so I'm just trying to.
All right, so Pokemon number 3, number 4, Outriders. Outriders is on here. Interesting. Number 5. This one is like, whoa, what? Nier Replicant. Number 5.
Oh yeah, man.
That's
some shit.
Pretty wild, and that's purely based off the success of Automata.
Yep. Literally. I mean, here's the thing: the old game actually did okay. It didn't. Yeah. It did. It paid for itself. It did fine because most Yokotaro, at least his older games, were all low, not low rent, but they were bargain prices. So yeah, there you go.
I'm skipping ahead right now. I'm looking at number 20. I'm like, that motherfucker's still on there. But we'll get to it in a bit. By the way, Outriders number 3 last month, so it only went down 1. Number 6, we got Mortal Kombat 11. I'm pretty sure the DLC bolstered it, threw it back up there. Number 7, which is number 2 last month, Monster Hunter Rise. So good stuff there. Number 8, Returnal, a game I suspect will not be on NPDs next month. I'm not talking shit. I just heard the game has not been selling that well.
So, so Returnal and Nier came out the same day, didn't they?
I'm not sure.
Or was it like a week after?
I'm not sure. I honestly don't know. So if somebody chat wants to let us know, please do. But yeah, I do not think Returnal's going to be on there next month. Number 9, It Takes Two. That's that co-op game, I believe. Good stuff.
It's made by the guy who made
the fuck Oscars guy,
the Brothers
right?
game. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, fuck the Oscars guy. They also made that other game that Adam likes, that he played with Richard, the convict game.
Way Out.
Yeah.
There's actually a Way Out with an Easter egg in the game, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. Nier came out 1 week earlier than Returnal. All right, thank you, Brooklyn Bear.
Oh, okay.
Good stuff. What number are we up to? We're up to number 10. Mario Kart 8 still on here. It's fucking crazy, man. Number 11 is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019.
Yeah. It's a great game, and that's where they, people already keep playing that Battle Royale. They just don't care that it's on Cold War. They're like, fuck it. If this is the only mode I play, I don't need it on the other one because it's the same shit, so...
That's crazy. All right, number 12, Miles Morales, Spider-Man. And last month it was number 5. Wow.
Holding up, man.
Yeah, no, it's good. Super Mario 3D World, right? Number 13. Minecraft, number 14. Animal Crossing New Horizon, number 15. Damn, isn't that the game from last fucking year?
Yeah.
Wow. And it was number 8 last month. That's crazy.
Those first-party Nintendo games are no fucking joke.
A lot of games I'm going to talk about right now, with the exception of one, are all Nintendo games. They're all Nintendo. Yeah, Mexico. All right, number 16.
Wait, said Mexico?
Yeah,
Mexico. He said Mexico.
Hey, Mario's Mexican, man. No one's going to tell me otherwise,
That's the off-brand.
Super Mario 3D All-Stars, number 16. Number 17, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Number 18, the only non-Nintendo game here, Valhalla, Assassin's Creed. Motherfucker's still buying that. It was number 7 last month. Number 19, Pokemon Sword and Shield. And number 20, Brett, get in here.
I'm here. What's up?
What do you think number 20 is?
Grand Theft Auto.
No Grand Theft Auto this month.
No, it's not on there.
And it's a Nintendo game.
Nintendo game.
For the Wild.
One that's been on NPDs since it
the
launched.
Nintendo game.
Is it Breath of the Wild?
Yes.
Yes.
Damn, that thing is lasting.
And it was
Talk
six.
about an evergreen title.
And it was 16 last month. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That is insane. So there you go. NPDs for the month.
Is that the first month
Wasn't
that
it on
GTA
sale,
5
though?
wasn't on there?
Yeah, I think so.
They had a bunch of their first party games on sale recently, so I wonder if that was
By like $5 or something.
Yeah, they don't do big
This is
deals.
Nintendo, bro.
Like 2 cents off. Like 40 bucks. 40
it's,
bucks.
it's off, right? Fucking 59.95 or some shit, you know. Fucking Nintendo.
Yo,
man.
they never discounted Mario Kart 8 since they launched it on there, and it's a port.
Yeah. All right, and the last story of the night, I threw this here at the ass end because it's a rumor, so take it with a fat grain of salt. But apparently, Square Enix is working on an action-orientated Final Fantasy game that's going to be Souls-like, and apparently the game is going to be called Final Fantasy Origin, and it's like set in the world of the first Final Fantasy game. So again, rumor, who knows? But what do you guys think about the prospect of a Souls-like Final Fantasy game?
I'd buy that for $1.
Good one.
And it's apparently going to be a PS5 and PC exclusive, which is interesting. It says, expect the title to play similar to Neo or other games in the genre, but be more accessible to a wider audience. How does that work? Is that like conflicting with each other? Or are they going to take or are they going to do like Jedi Fallen Order, where it has those Souls mechanics, but still not fucking crazy?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like that.
Tone it down. Yeah. Don't make it hard.
I'm reading
Little
this.
Jimmy's Dark Souls.
I'm reading this from
Jimmy's Dark Souls.
I'm reading this from Fanbyte. This is Imran Khan who wrote this stuff. So he goes, our sources indicate that the game is largely developed by the same team behind Dissidia NT, but that Team Ninja's working on this too, by the way, which is interesting. But that Team Ninja's nearly 200-person studio involves a lot of shifting around, and that there aren't hard borders on the different teams these days. The Neo DNA in the game is likely the result of people core to the first two games' development being involved with Final Fantasy Origin. Okay, so that makes sense. If you got Team Ninja, they got the Neo guys working on this shit, you know? Mm-hmm. Who knows? And apparently we may hear some, at E3. I need to just wait and see on this one, because Neo, I respect it, but I don't know. Wasn't feeling that rainbow,
Well, maybe you'll like it more now because it'll just have a Final Fantasy skin on.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I do like me some. I do like me some Final Fantasy, but if it's like annoying, like Neo is just annoying to play, man. Although less annoying than Returnal. Because at least I still made progress in fucking Neo,
Everything's less annoying than Returnal.
Oh, man. By the way, I think I talked about this on there. It's like Biome 3 seems to be the cutoff point. Like, if you do not make it past Biome 3, you're not beating the game. But if you do make it past Biome 3, you will beat the game. And apparently, from what I understand, the trophies, just take it how you will, because most people don't finish their games. But apparently, like 60% of players have not gotten past the first biome in that game.
So, just get too frustrated, man.
Yeah.
Too frustrated.
Do you think it's they couldn't beat it, or they just didn't like the game and quit?
Yeah, either or, Again, I still think Sony did not market that game correctly, they marketed it as, as a typical standard Sony narrative-based action game, and it's not that at all, So, yeah, crazy shit. So, again, that's all the news. All that shit happened in 1 week, people. Ain't that something? So, pretty sure it's going to be like this until E3, Y'all tried the Chivalry 2. I didn't even know what a Chivalry 1 is. What's Chivalry? Does anybody know that game?
No.
Cue the Throwdown crickets. Nobody knows that game.
Why are you making up games? Why are you doing that shit?
Hey, it was him. Who said that?
Yeah.
Upper Room AK was good, brother. No, we never even heard of the first game, man.
I have.
Oh, Brian, go ahead. Tell us about Chivalry 2 then.
So it's basically one of the most exciting games that you could think of. Well, no. once I tell you what it is, you're like, okay, this is actually kind of cool. Basically, it's first-person combat throughout the ages, where you can like pick a different. No, is that medieval warrior? Okay, sorry, I'm thinking of the spin-off. Yep, chivalry was you could just basically play as different types of infantry units during like medieval times of warfare. So you can be like an archer, a spearman, swordsman, have like a massive great sword, and then just fight people all in first person, and you can decapitate people and stuff. And ragdoll physics. It was just great. And then they had the I think Ultimate Warrior DLC or something. What's that TV show that they had where people would put people in different time periods against each other? It's like made up. I don't remember the name of it. It's something.
Yeah, something Warrior.
Warrior. Yeah. So basically, they had that as a DLC where you could mix in different time periods and face off against each other.
Hence have like
Deadliest Warrior.
Deadliest Warrior. Deadliest Warrior. That was it.
Basically had that, but then you had like samurais in there, and ninjas in there, and like Norse people in Vikings in there, and stuff like that. So basically, that's what the first game was. The second game just seems to be more of that, and it's just crazy. It's a really good streamer game, so hence why Tony has no idea. What
This is a fact.
Yeah. So yeah, it was very fun. It was meant to be just pure team deathmatch, have fun, don't give a damn, get your head cut off and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah. See, Brian, the thing is, you need both, right? It needs to be a streamer game and a Twitter game. Because if it's a Twitter game, then I'll know it. You know, like Among Us, that's both a Twitter game and a streamer game. You know, but I know about it because of Twitter. But if it's just purely a stream game, then I won't know about it.
I don't think it was big on Twitter. I think it was just like one of those games where it's just really popular amongst the people that know it, and that's really it. And it never really picked up on it. It just didn't hit the general audience of Twitter, like the normies of Twitter.
Yeah, the normies. Yeah, that's why I didn't never heard about this. I'm like, what the fuck, chivalry? I'm like, I never heard of the first one. You know?
Yeah, it's a fun game. It's pure fun. No seriousness, no story. Just pick up a sword, pick up a great sword, pick up a catapult, get a crossbow. You know, just have fun.
Interesting. All right, that's gonna do it for us, people. Again, a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the same way next coming week. So get ready, and we'll have live streams of shows where it's appropriate. You know, Xbox Showcase is definitely gonna be one of them. You know. All right, so let's wrap it up. So, do we need to plug anything around here?
Well, you know, there's the usual things for me. Excellence, Marvel, DC. You know, got all kinds of good stuff coming on. We just announced the showed off one of the next covers to the Static Shock series. Me and Kari are doing covers for. We got excellent stuff coming. Doing some Kickstarter stuff for that. I just recently did a cover for the Aspen Comics Fathom Core Kickstarter. I did a cover of Aspen, the or maybe people may know her as Fathom, but her name's not Fathom. But anyway, I did a cover for that for the guys at Aspen. So yeah, there's that's out there. So if you want to, if you're a big fan of Fathom, they're doing sort of a new 40-page monster book with a bunch of extra stuff in there. So the Kickstarter's up right now, and so comics.
There you go, Adam.
We have a bunch of stuff getting posted over at the Coalition for tomorrow. All kinds of stuff, so that's going to be fun. Over for the Fear the Walking Dead or the I Am Negan, the podcast, it was so crazy because over the week got an email from Amazon. Not Amazon, sorry,
Here
Apple.
we go.
Apple, it said our listenership has been up, it's gone up 240%. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This last episode, and this is clickbait from the creators, when they called it Mother, a lot of people thought they were bringing back a character that everyone assumed was dead. Of course, that character did not show up, but it just shows that worked because then people either watched it or just wanted to hear about it if it really happened. So yeah, go check that out. I Am Negan, and I think we have another episode for this weekend. So that's it. But yeah, that's what's going on in my world.
Yeah, and Chris, you have something as well, don't you?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you Carlos, you go first. No, Chris, you did it last time. Now Carlos gets the plug in.
Yeah, for those of you who are interested or have watched Army of the Dead, me, Chris, hosted by Dana Abercrombie, Richard Bailey Jr., Joey Polanco, we did a review of Army of the Dead, Zack Snyder's own Army of the Dead, the Snyder Cut. You know, it's a Netflix movie. It's about the undead. Really interesting, varied opinions on the movie. It was a little polarizing on the show.
Carlos, would you say it was controversial?
It was a bit controversial, I would say.
I'm gonna watch it for my 7th time this weekend.
Damn.
It's become my background while I'm working and doing other things. Movie. It used to be The Crow, then it was The Warriors, and now it's this fucking movie.
That's wild.
So yeah, make sure to go to thecoalition.com or the Coalition on YouTube to check out that review. We have a video on YouTube where we recorded, and let us know if you agree with our opinions or not.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to Joey. He's been in the chat all night. You know.
Oh shit! Shout out to Joey.
Yeah, he's like, shout shit, Brooklyn Bears in that shit. Yes, he is. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
If they're looking for something else to watch, The Wrath of Man. 91% critic. That movie is so good. The Guy Ritchie with Jason Statham. So good. So good.
Oh, your boy's in that, Jason.
Oh, my boy's in it. Yep, damn right. It's good. It's a good movie.
Oh, it'll be like my movie.
Is that the one where he's like trying to get his kid back or something?
It's really, the kid is dead, but it's something like that. It's dark. It's dark. The music, everything is dark. This is the first time I've ever seen Jason say he just doesn't change his expression throughout the entire movie. It's just like droopy face, and that's it. No humor, no nothing. It's dark. It's dark. It's real good though.
It's funny because they in the trailer they sort of make it seem a bit comical.
No, nothing funny in this shit.
I love how Adam just spoiled the fucking movie.
No,
the kid's dead.
That was the kid is dead at the beginning.
People are pissed off at you in the fucking comments.
Somebody dying.
Oh my god!
The kid is dead.
All right, man, you're not helping yourself by
what if he's fucking dead?
Yeah, but that was at the beginning of the movie. That's not the reveal.
Well, you need to watch the beginning of the movie to know what happens at the beginning of the movie.
No. The question is,
yo, Carlos, leave before he spoils Invincible, bro.
Yeah, man. Let's just move on. All right. Tony, let's wrap this up. Outro, please.
Oh
DJ, spin that shit.
Spin the wheel, man. We gotta go.
Spin the belt.
Oh my fucking god. Anyway, Throwdown is on Twitch and Twitter, YouTube, Discord. Your mother's house, we're everywhere, man. Whoa. Podcast.
Radio.
Yeah. No more. We don't have radios anymore. We have Wi-Fi now, you know. Do aliens, are they listening for Wi-Fi signals out in space, man? You know? I don't want to know that shit.
Like Contact?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Imagine some aliens looking at us like, these motherfuckers still using radio? What the fuck is wrong with them, man? Where you got to get some FTL, subspace.
They use their mouth.
They use their mouth. Well, they use their mouth too for certain things. Alien cultures haven't gotten rid of certain things. Anyway, Throwdown is on every podcast app on the planet: Spotify, Apple, Amazon, everything. You already know. And Throwdownshow.com, which is also our audio boom, has all the past episodes. Up to episode 150, but you ain't listening that fucking far, and yeah. By the way, YouTube guys, if you like this, enjoyed our antics, hit like, subscribe, and the bell. Keep notified on Throwdown, man. And links to everything down below. Once again, I was your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I was joined by Emilio Lopez.
See you later, guys.
Chris Seeley.
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero.
Peace out.
Adam Vale.
An extended weekend, people. Memorial Day. Go barbecue.
Brett Murdoch.
It has been real.
And Brian Manjoma.
Yeah, Bug Snacks is kind of dark.
Oh, dirt.
Uh-oh. I didn't get that far. 30 minutes. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this shit? Stop playing it. You know.
You're like, what's all this emotion?
There wasn't no emotion. It was just stupid. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? There's no emotion. I was just goofy. I was like, I need to, like, I'm like, I don't think I don't think the drug exists that would let me understand this fucking game. You know, so I turned the shit off. You know. By the way, did you guys see what they wanted to originally do with Bug Snacks? You were supposed to peel the bugs. I'm like, they should have kept that in there. I would have played the game. If you're fucking ripping bugs apart, ripping their legs off and shit, you know, that would have been cool.
Somebody would bitch.
Somebody would have. But it's like, yo, they're fucking bugs. They don't have feelings, you know? Go ahead.
Whoa.
Plus, bugs are disgusting, man. Anyway, we will see you on Sunday. Later.
Laters.
Peace.